Grains, before we begin this video, I have 3 thank yous. The first thank you goes to all of you Grains for being here and just commenting, liking, or even just watching and being here. I really do appreciate you. The second thank you is for those of you who've been patient in the last 3 weeks of me constantly promoting this plushie. I know it's not easy, but you've been there. I haven't heard any complaints, so thank you for that. Which, by the way, reminder, today is the last day to grab one. Link in description box below as well as the pinned comment. And the third thank you is for those of you who've actually pre-ordered one. Keep an eye on your email because I will be sending a link to a private live stream that's going to be happening this weekend with everyone that's pre-ordered a little one. And for those of you who couldn't grab one, I did pre-order 20 extra, so I will be getting 20 extra and I will be having giveaways. All right, let's check out what's going on with Burger King and Crayola.
Cause when you're a grain, you come in like a hurricane.
A few weeks ago, I got a tweet by Jesoteric telling me that there is a collaboration between Burger King and Crayola. Many of you might know that Crayola and I have the best relationship ever. This is Crayola. This is me looking at Crayola. And this is me reprimanding it. Goodbye, Crayola.
Destroyer of hopes and dreams.
This is the worst piece of garbage ever. At this point, I'm really hoping that Crayola has a sense of humor because I would still work with them. I would work with you, Crayola. I have no shame whatsoever. Dang nabbit. And so I decided to investigate and check out what kind of collaboration is going on between these two. And sure enough, when we check on the website for the King Jr. Meals section, we can see that Crayola has 6 toys offered in the Junior Meal. So naturally, my first instinct is,
I absolutely need to get these in my hands.
because I like to review things honestly. And so I set out on a journey to find these toys. Mind you, Canada is usually one of the last places to have promotional toys. So when I went to different places, they would tell me they didn't have it. And then when I would call, they would tell me they had it. And then other times when I got there, they said, no, we do not have it. All right, so we made it to a Burger King, which was half an hour away drive from where I am. So that's an hour round trip just for Burger King. I think I'm going to go for the Cheeseburger King Jr. meal, so I have to order kids meals. And I'll try their chicken nuggets, I guess. We're next, Grains. We're next. I'm here for the Crayola toys. I'm here for the Crayola toys. Is it this one here?
Yeah, but we don't have those ones. We have the Barbie doll.
Oh, you don't have these ones?
No, we only have the Barbie doll.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
All right.
Those ones
All right, thank you.
Welcome, picture.
BK Phillips, bonjour.
Hi, I'm wondering what toys do you have for the kids meal?
I'm not sure. I'm not open right now.
Oh,
We're only opening on June 16th, so
Oh.
you're calling us from a location that's closed right now. It's not open for service.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Next one.
Three days later.
All right, all the way at the other end of the city. Apparently, this is our Burger King. Hi, which kids' toys do you have?
Crayola.
Can I have one of each, please?
So actually, we only have like one type of toy right now.
I don't get it. Why is it so hard to find these Crayolas? So naturally, I did the entire tour of Montreal, going from place to place to place to find them, until eventually, after 3 different restaurants, I was able to get 4 different toys, because they did not exist anywhere else, so I'm not even sure what toys I have. I just know I have 4 different of the 6. So, I guess, yay for me. And so the goal of today's video is to test out the Crayola products that are given in the Burger King kids meal. Since the whole point of a collab is to get a new audience, these products have to be something fun and engaging. But we all know that Crayola has an interesting reputation. Is it because of me? Most likely not. No, it's not me. No. And so I'll be honest with you, Grains, I haven't eaten any kind of Burger King in the last 5-6 years, so I don't know what it tastes like. So I did order 2 of the kids meal just to kind of taste what it's like and let you know if it's any good. By the way, for those of you new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, otherwise I will wave a sharp pointy thing at you. Look at this. Very sharp, very pointy, very wavy. Make sure you click all notifications while you're there. And so right away, this is the presentation of the bag that they gave us. Not only that, they forgot to give us the drinks. And by the time I realized that, I was already far away and I didn't want to do the whole lineup all over again. So This is the inside of the kids meal. A quick look at the McDonald's kids meal has a better presentation, even comes in a little box to make the experience even more interesting. But all they did was this. That's it. If those aren't the grossest fries presentation, I don't know what is. Burger King, I think you need to up your kids meal presentation, because this is... You saw nothing. This is not an experience. I mean, I just ordered 4 of these toys from 3 different places. I lost count. At this point, I lost count. And yet, this is the way they're packing it. Here's the chicken nuggets. Honestly, this is all that this is exactly what they did, I think. So we have chicken nuggets somewhere in here, and we have a cheeseburger somewhere in here. And I guess this is a barbecue sauce, sweet and sour sauce. It doesn't even smell good. So before we dive into the actual craft kits, we can see in the picture again that there are 3 different kinds. I didn't take a look at them, I just asked them for as many colors as possible, so I do have 4. And there are 3 categories. It seems like there's a stand-up rolly one, and then there's a roller type that's also kind of standing up, but a different way. And last but not least is that we have a rolling pin type look. I really hope I have one of each, but I don't know. Trust me, at this point, this journey of trying to find them took about 3 to 4 days. So, and I did wait about 2 weeks in between to give them time to try and get them. I am generous. So this is exciting because I haven't had these burgers in a long time. So let's see what this looks like. On their website, this is what a cheeseburger is supposed to look like. I kid you not, I could probably throw this at someone and knock them out. Don't do it, but it feels very stiff. Oh. It does smell good, but if anything, I haven't even bit into it and it already feels dry. So we can see the ketchup and we can see the cheese melting, which definitely is very appealing, but it does feel dry. How can something feel dry? I mean, how? I know this is a reoccurring theme where a lot of burgers look absolutely delicious and fluffy, but when you get them, they're kind of pathetic looking. But doesn't change the fact that the taste could be good, right? Bottoms up. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's where the drink would have come in handy. So the first bite, we got the cheese, we got the pickle, we got the condiments. So it was really actually pretty tasty. But then the patty hit and holy moly, that was so dry. It had a hard time just like going down. I was like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. So the fact that they didn't give me the orange juice and the apple juice, I guess it would have been useful at this point. But flavor-wise, I think I would give it a 7. Dryness-wise, I would probably give it a 4. It's just very dry, so it's not that pleasant in terms of texture. I'm really not joking. This patty is probably the driest burger patty I've ever had, so. I need water. Hydration, please. Now for the fries, let's just take a quick look at them. They don't look that fresh. I'm telling you, I just got these a couple of hours ago. It hasn't even been that long. It's not like I put it in the fridge. It's not like I let it out for the whole half day. Legitimately, I got it 2 hours ago. So there's no reason for them to look this sad. I didn't know this was a food review channel. And not just that, you can see that one bag, the one on the left, has way more fries than the one on the right. Consistency is obviously not their forte. So if these were 2 meals for 2 different people, I'm curious how heavy they are. So naturally I have a scale. So the heavier one is 81 grams and the littler one is 62 grams. So there's about a 19-gram difference. Someone's gonna be eating more than the other. Not very consistent. And just to be clear, a small French fry is supposed to be 122 grams. So technically short 40 grams. It smells gross. It smells very, very gross. And no. Oh. Under-seasoned and definitely dry. No. I'd probably give these fries a 0 on 10. I wouldn't even eat them. I'll probably just give them to the birds outside. I'm sure a little salt would have gone a long way. And then the last King's Junior meal that I ordered was the chicken nuggets, which came in this bag. Again, I haven't eaten any kind of Burger King in the longest time, but I really thought their packaging was kind of sad, and there's no experience in there. So, here's the nuggets. The color on these things is actually really nice, but again, it doesn't feel crispy. I know you're technically supposed to eat it when it's fresh, but again, it really shouldn't look like this so quickly. Let me know, what kind of fast food is your favorite? Do you like the chicken nuggets in a specific place? Do you like the burgers in another place? I'm really curious. Just let me know down below because I really don't eat junk food outdoors. I tend to make my own burgers and chicken nuggets and things like that because I'm a pretty good cook, so I tend to not eat out very much. So let's go ahead and break into one. I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but I have to admit I'm at least expecting some kind of real chicken on the inside since it's chicken nuggets. And as you can see, it looks like just bread. And on the inside, it's definitely not 100% chicken. You can even see that the part that's supposed to be chicken is very much so bread-like. So you're mostly getting carbs rather than chicken that's battered. Kind of disappointing. So I'm gonna try it dry and then I'm going to go ahead and try it in the sweet and sour sauce. Bottoms up. You know what? It's actually not. It's very dry. Let's just get that out there. I can feel it go down. That's how dry it is. It's just taking all the moisture in my body, putting it back into the item and just going all the way down. That's how dry it is. It's absorbing my body's moisture. But regardless of its dryness, the flavor is actually there. It's not that bad. I could definitely see it's someone who's not particularly into haute classe cuisine to crave these. I can see it. And now for the sweet and sour sauce, I'm not sure why the packaging itself looks damaged. It's like, what's wrong with these Burger Kings? Are they just negligent at this point? All right, smexy opening of the sauce. All right, that's enough smexiness. All right, so here is our dip. I am really scared that this dip is only going to be very sugary. It's supposed to be sweet and sour, but I guess we'll see. Oh no, oh no. I knew it oh, gross. Why? Why is this so gross? It tastes like this really sugary dipping sauce that you would get at most all-you-can-eat buffets that just hits you in the back of the throat and just makes everything numb in the back. Yeah, that is gross. Absolutely gross. Just ketchup. Ketchup would be fine.
In the trash.
Now for the actually important part for me of this video.
This how you gonna do me? Huh?
The craft kit component. What mostly excited me about this collaboration between Crayola and Burger King is the fact that it wasn't just crayons, this is clay. For those of you who don't know, on my channel I've done many types of clay sculptures, everything from environments to dragons and even thrift store makeovers. And clay is one of my favorite medium to work with because it is quite forgiving. I did do a review a few years ago of the Crayola clay and it was kind of So fast forward a few years later, I am really curious if they changed their formula because this here is supposed to get a new audience. That's the whole point of most collaborations, is to merge audiences. Why'd I get distracted? So let's see whether or not these clays and this toy is actually fun. I just need to get this food out of the way. Let me just pack it the way they did. Upon further inspection, English. I see you. I see you, English. Stop running away. Come here, English. That's good English. I will not harm you. I got you. I'm gonna eat it. Hopefully now I can probably enunciate some words properly. There's no guarantee. I did eat it, but I don't know if it's going to stay. So unfortunately, upon further inspection, as you can see from the image, there are 6 toys. We were only able to get 4. And out of these 6, there are 3 different kinds. And the ones we were able to get our hands on are the roly pin types and the fabric cutter looking ones. The pavement roller type, we couldn't get them. And trust me, not for a lack of trying. I mean, look at that map of me going all over the place again. That was way too much driving than I would have liked. So let's start with my favorite color, which is orange. What is your favorite color? Let me know in the comment section below. Actually, I need the bag. Give me a second. Give me a second! I got it. So to make this clear, the instructions of how to use the Crayola clay is on the bag itself. So you can see it just has step 1, put the clay down, and then step 2, just roll it. And is it me? Or do they have storage? Interesting. Question is this storage going to be good enough so that when we take it out a few days later, if the clay is going to harden or be gross? Another thing that I noticed right away is that there are no instructions of how to handle this clay, not even on the clay itself. The only thing it says is that it contains wheat gluten. It has the Crayola logo right there and the Burger King logo. But it doesn't give any kind of tips of if you need to knead it,
I need it!
Like this.
Or if it hardens, that you can actually put a little bit of water to reactivate it and make it more useful. So let's get first impressions of the clay. Sniff test. Wait a minute. This is not clay. This is not clay. This has got to be Play-Doh for some reason. Crayola has Play-Doh? So this is absolutely news to me that Crayola has a modeling dough, not modeling clay, which seems to have a pretty bad review. This customer's complaint is mostly to say that this stuff is crumbly straight out of the package. To which Crayola responds, "We're sorry to learn your modeling dough has arrived in less than perfect condition." Oh Crayola, let us talk heart to heart. Cue sappy music, cue bokeh light. Crayola, when something arrives crumbly, it's not that someone was hoping that it would be perfect, or slightly less than perfect. It's just they wanted their item
To actually work as it should.
So for that person, they did say that they were going to make sure that the item is not crumbly anymore, so here is our proof, because that comment was posted about a year ago. And the question is, ooh. So it seems like Crayola may have actually heard that person's complaints because it's not crumbly. It's actually really soft, pretty smushy, and it has a 100% similar feel to Play-Doh. And not just that, but it 100% smells like Play-Doh. Can we please talkie? Thank you. When it comes to the roller, the image that we have on top is that pretty much of a tiger that's running or pouncing. So let's go ahead and give this clay a good roll. I'm not even sure where to start, but I'm gonna start with the tree and see where it goes. The instructions really aren't that clear. Am I supposed to flatten my piece first, or am I flattening it with the roller? I'm gonna try both ways.
So there we go. There's my piece, as flat as possible.
And let's roll our tiger. The embossed picture is really cute. The roller does work as it should. I don't see much more fun in addition to that because they don't really tell kids anything else other than here you go, roll it. That's as good as it gets. But it is still an interactive toy, which I do agree with because items like these are absolutely wonderful for hand-eye coordination and dexterity. So definitely better than just something stationary. I really like the stamp though. Could be used for other projects.
All right, little Play-Doh.
Let's see, open you up and shove you in. Why is this so hard?
8 hours later.
Why? Oh, there it is. I was doing it wrong. Whoops. So this whole time I was trying to force this way when in fact it's just supposed to go down that way. Next one. Similarly to the first one, we get step 1 and step 2, which is just a rolly pin, and we get a preview that looks to be an elephant. And yes, it is, but it does seem like the elephant has seen some things. Not sure what, but it kind of looks like this. Play-Doh test. And smush test. Very smushy. Very, very malleable. So while I'm flattening this for the rolling rolling pin, I have to admit that this is a missed opportunity for Crayola to actually introduce their clay. Reason being that this is supposed to be for 6 and up anyways, so why not introduce the actual art of making sculptures, which is a long-term kind of hobby. And trust me, I've seen some 6-year-old make some really good sculptures. All right, off we go. Let's start with here, this way. Oh, that didn't imprint properly. Let's try that again. So we were able to get a full roll, but I will have to admit, as someone who's used to working with clay, which is Play-Doh type material, it was actually pretty tricky. It took me a few tries, which means that the amount of modeling dough that they're giving us is just barely enough to make a full emboss. So, Ramses, that's my chunker cat. What are you doing, buddy? Ramses? Which is kind of unfortunate. They could have made the bar just a little thicker to make the playtime just a little more enjoyable, because it's a little harder to get a full piece with that one. But the storage is bonus. I'm really curious to see tomorrow whether or not they're going to harden and be gross. In case your grains are wondering, here's my chunker. This is Ramses. He is my life. I love him. He's the best thing in the universe. But you can't be in here, okay? Because I deal with toxic materials. But you're cute. Oh, chunker. And for those of you who want to say,
But Jackie, modeling clay is toxic, so that's why they didn't include it in the food.
the answer is no. No, do not say that. Since Crayola's modeling clay is actually non-toxic, people can make permanent cute sculptures like this one. It has its limits, but at least they can make a project that they can decorate their room with. Not just that, but if someone goes to Burger King to pick up a toy, they have one color. They can make one sculpture. So suddenly there's a need for more sculptures, more colors, more products sold. Do you see what I'm doing here? Burger King is just doing their thing, but Crayola really missed out on an opportunity to sell more toys. Honestly, if I had gotten one of these toys, knowing that it could be a permanent sculpture, I would go back to get more. Isn't that the whole purpose? Just saying. I could do your marketing for you if you want, Crayola. Call me. All right, let's test out the fabric cutter type. Pizza cutter. Pizza cutter is a nice word too. I love pizza. What's your favorite toppings on pizza? I know that is completely off topic. Wait a minute. It does say 3 and up, which still doesn't change my speech. I was gonna say speed, but my speed is not very fast. Because again, many of you grains have been sending me pictures of your nieces and nephews actually putting things together at the age of 3. With clay, I'm just saying. Right out of the bag, this toy already seems way more superior than the previous one because according to the instructions, the bottom part is not just a texturing tool but also seems to be a cutting tool. You can make imprints of 2 different creatures, one on the side which is a whale, and then we have a third one up here which is a dolphin. Why did I forget the word? A dolphin. And we still get the idea of a storage. So suddenly, Pizza Cutter has way more activities. Our smush test. So it's a little more firm, but definitely still smushy, not crumbly. Pretty much what you would expect from a Play-Doh type thing. Let's make a dolphin. Let's squish that right on there. Very cute. Let's make a whale. Ooh, very cute. And let's do some cutting. I guess this way. First, let's texture. So it definitely looks like tire wheels. Tire wheels. Oh, English! I knew you were running away. I knew it. I'm just gonna give up. Let's just give up on English. And this one, if we press, dang nabbit, a little harder, definitely becomes a cutting tool. This is nice. This I like. So if you had the choice, 100% go for the pizza cutter looking one that comes with the green modeling dough. Similarly to the other pizza cutter type design, this one has another texture at the bottom. So you can see this one had kind of little swivelies, and this one kind of looks like shark teeth. We do have a shark stamp, and the top part is an absolutely adorable octopus. Shark imprint time. Yes, I agree. And octopus. Oh my god, what happened with its face? I'm so sorry. I broke you. I broke you. There we go. Much cuter. And the texture? Really very cute. And I'm curious if it's going to cut in the same way. If we press much harder. Yep. It acts as a cutting tool with textures. And now I'm going to wait 24 hours to see whether or not the modeling dough on the inside of any of these is going to turn into crumbles. That's the real question.
24 hours later.
Here it is 24 hours later. Let's see how, oh, still very nice and very soft and not crumbly. All right. And for this one, yep, still nice and soft. So we know at least it's good for 24 hours. And so what's my verdict on the Crayola and Burger King type collaboration? I have to say I am pleasantly happy with it. The food is dry, but at least I want to see more of these kinds of activities as collabs. It is absolutely imperative to have a hobby and to really enjoy ourselves while making things. So if we can have more crafts as part of Happy Meals or King Junior meals, why not? Since I don't have the other set, which also looks like to be a rolly thing, I can see immediately that it is very similar to the rolling pin type, which means there's not really that much activity to go with it. So if I were to recommend, if you were going going through a drive-thru and hoping to get one of these activities from Crayola, definitely go for the blue or green one because they're offering way more playability and activity. There's a lot more to do, is pretty much what I'm saying. So thank you again for putting this on Twitter and tagging me. I love knowing what's out there. So if you grains see more collaborations and more weird things that you would like me to review, make sure you let me know in the comment section below or on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Also, don't forget that today is the last day to pre-order the Salt Shaker plushie. That's it. After today, it is gone for the rest of the year. That's it. I might relaunch them maybe sometime next year, but until then, this is your last chance for this year. If you want to watch the previous review, make sure you check up here. And if you want to watch a video YouTube thinks is just right for you, make sure you check down here. This week's shoutouts go to Crochet Magic 101, Sugaraki Art, Atch Wolf, I love it, my friend Applemint, Jersey Schomburg, and Ender Slayer. Remember, if you want to shout out, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below within the first 5 hours of the video's release, or hashtag NerdyCraft on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, anytime with any of your creations. Until then, I will see you grains in the next video.